Hello everyone, Valentina, certified health coach, lifestyle coach and nutrition expert is here. And today I will be talking about what I would never eat if I would have mental symptoms as depression, ADHD or OSD, what I would never eat and how I would change my diet in order to improve my symptoms. So we all know that we are what we eat, and that is said not for nothing. Everything what we eat and ingest is directly impacting our brain. And a lot of people nowadays experiencing those symptoms which I've just listed, and it can be very not easy journey. Lots of people suffer in silence, and another like feeling a lot of stigma about their symptoms. It's affecting everything: your work, your personal relationship, your own self-image. How do you feel about yourself? And I would like to tell, as a certified health coach and lifestyle coach, that your diet is not just anything, because it's directly impacting either you are irritated or not, is what you eat. First of all, what I think in general all population should eliminate or lower in consumption is gluten. You would tell me like, hey, but my grandmother was eating gluten and they were just fine. And I would say, yeah, great, mine too. But the engineers around 60, 70 years ago, they were involved in production of the wheat. So what happened is that the greediness to have the big harvest at the end of the season, it's made people to genetically modify the wheat to the point that no weather, either sun or rain, could destroy it, or no insect would want to eat it. And they succeeded. They made wheat stronger, and they could collect 5 times more of the harvest. But the wheat which we're having on the shelves nowadays is, when we ingest it, it irritates our bowel. It's so not wheat anymore we used to have that it's just become difficult to digest, and also like it irritates our bowel. Therefore you hear all of the time that gluten intolerant, and it's not for nothing. You know, like I remember years ago when I started to hear that, I was like, what is this? Like, what do you mean? Like, my grandparents eat the wheat, right? But unfortunately, that's exactly what happened to the wheat, and why, you know, like there are a lot of people nowadays have issues with their gut, right? So when you eat that gluten, it's just not only irritates your gut, but it creates that irritation, creates irritable bowel syndrome, let's put it that way. You probably heard about like celiac diseases and so on, SIBO, and when the gut under constant irritation, it starts not to work as it's supposed to work, and become very weak. And this way you can not only, you know, have this old bloated belly, but the toxins which are supposed, you know, to be eliminated from your body, if the gut, let's say, had any opening, it can go directly to your blood, and you become inflamed, you become sick. Basically, this is where disease are starting. It's starting from the bloated belly. That means something goes wrong. The belly not supposed to be bloated, and I guess that's enough of the reason to eliminate the wheat, the gluten. There are a lot of good replacement of the gluten nowadays, and you have to watch out, of course, because they are also high carbohydrates, but they do not irritate your gut as the gluten. And you can still have a good quality sourdough bread, because you could tell me like, but I'm so used to, I need something, I'm gonna be hungry, and it's, you know, it's understandable, and it can take you some time. But if you want to improve your mood, because the irritated gut is irritated brain, so if you want to get better state of your health, better state of your mental health, don't inflame your gut, don't eat gluten. try to replace it with, there is even pasta which is gluten-free. You can look for that option if you are such a pasta lover, for example. There are very little countries which did not modify the wheat. It's forbidden. In Europe, it's like Italy or Germany. I know Russia forbid genetically to modify their food, unlike other countries. So depends on the country you are in, but try to, sourdough bread, for example, good quality sourdough bread. This is something what you could have. It's very different wheat. It's might be even healthy for you, but like one slice per day if you want to start, and you cannot give up on, let's say, having a toast or gluten. The sourdough bread it's a very good replacement, but in balance. And the second, what I would eliminate as a health coach and nutrition expert would be dairy. And the same story about the milk product. We was last week in the restaurant and the waitress was asking, do you guys have any allergies? And we were like, no, we're very good, we want to eat. And she was like, wow. I was like, what? Anyone have allergies so in such a big amount that you're so surprised? And she said, yeah, everyone literally is allergic. And we were like, no, we're just fine, but I know myself, if I would have gluten today, gluten tomorrow in any amount, I would not feel well. I would feel like there is no sun. I would feel there are clouds in my brain. I don't know if you understand what I mean. But so coming back to the dairy milk products, same happened to the cow because they become so greedy. They wanted more wheat. They wanted more cows to produce more milk, more cheese, more sour cream, and they start to give the cows a lot of medications, a lot of things to support their growth, their health, so they could produce a lot of milk, lots of cheese, and never be sick. And then we put these products in our regular supermarket. We're talking about regular supermarket, and we consume them. And how would you feel when you consume that milk, let's say, from the cow who was on medications all her life? That's probably not the highest quality, right? I remember I grew up at the farm. I remember the taste of the milk, raw milk. I remember the taste of the cheese, self-made sour cream. And it's nothing what is today in supermarket. It can stay there for weeks, questionable. It can be transported, it's packed in plastic, it looks awful. So I guess that, there are farms and they make good quality products like cheese and raw milk. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about average milk products from supermarket. That's what we're talking about. So a lot of people are lactose intolerant for that reason, that the cow is not the cow we used to have. That milk is not the milk, that sour cream is not the sour cream. So we're talking about regular life for people in the city. We're not talking about the countries where it's farms or where milk is produced high quality, So we're talking about this regular. And I would also remove this because that can have irritation on the gut, because it's so much stuffed with different things, that milk or whatever, that it will irritate your gut, and everything what irritates your gut will irritate your brain. So I would stop that. And of course, yesterday I read in the book from a very wise person that she said, I'm not eating anything that does not grow. And this is the cheapest solution. If you don't have money for a nutritionist, for health coach, the cheapest solution is eat everything what grows. Don't eat what human made, and that will save you lots of years and you will feel way better. But anyhow, if you want to feel better and don't have the clouds, in your mood, try to eliminate gluten and dairy. And I promise you that might make you feel better. You have less irritation, less inflammation,